Welcome to Journey JavaFX. This is the season 2 episode number 29. We are going to do some fun stuff in this episode. That is the drag and drop files from outside of our application into our application. I mean the subfolders. So let's get started. So for now, let me run our application. For example, I have some other file. I want to drop into our application window. When I drag and drop, you see my cursor has a kind of stop sign, right? More like a no way, I'm not taking it. So now we need to enable this kind of thing. It's more like let our application accept the incoming stuff, right? So now I'm gonna go back to our scene builder, select the somewhere empty, which gonna select our anchor pane. So over here, I'm gonna create a new event, more like on drag over. On drag over, it means like the event will be fired whenever a drag over this anchor pane, because just look at our edge, all those empty spaces are part of the anchor pane, right? So I'm gonna create an event here to enable our application to accept the incoming stuff. So on this one, I'm gonna call it anchor pane root on drag over. Okay, so let's go back to IntelliJ, opened up FSML, looking for the red, and then create a method. All right, now we have it. So it follows the same rule. Yeah, sometimes IntelliJ is kind of working so hard, so it's a little slow. We need to do a test first, right? Make sure we already have a subfolder selected. So then we're gonna say text field folder.length get text.length greater than 0. In this way, we're gonna do something. Otherwise, just don't do it. So in this way, we're gonna do another test. It's called drag event.get drag board. This one must be has file, right? If it has a file, we're gonna do something. So no matter what kind of file. So in this way, we're gonna say drag event dot accept transfer modes. So inside of here, we have transfer mode like any or whatever. Let's try the any first. See what's gonna happen. Bring up the application. So let's try this file. It's still not letting it. Transfer file. I have no idea which part went wrong. Oh, because I didn't select it, right? So let me select this one, for example, and then I want to drag this file. Okay, it shows move. All right, then any is good enough. So now when we drag and drop a thing, even though it says move, nothing gonna happen though, right? Because we haven't handled it. So then we need to create another event, more like on drag dropped. This one will take care of that. Anchor pane root on drag dropped. It's more like when we release our left mouse button, it's kind of dropped, right? So then this event will be fired. Let's do a save, go back to here, go to FSML, create the method in our controller. This one will take a little while. Okay, now we have it. So in this one, we're gonna apply the same stuff. My friend is looking for finding me to play some games. Anyway, we're gonna make sure this part is subfolder is selected and this one has files, right? So then we're gonna remove this line and we're gonna take a look at what kind of thing inside of this files, get files, right? So now we have this. This thing will return a list of file. All right, so I'm gonna create a list, file, and then say files equal to this. So then we're gonna loop through it. Let's do it quick. Files dot for each f file s out p the file get absolute path to string. To string is unnecessary. This one is already return a string type, right? Let me see. Control Q. Yes. All right. So now let's do it. Try it again. Not accepting because no folder selected. Try it again. Okay. So now when I drop it, it will show me like this. That's super cool. So now we get the file. The next thing, what are we gonna do is create a kind of string to hold the file name, right? So let's call it source equal to file. File. Hold on. We need to do something like this. For each file. Hold on a second. Okay, so this one gonna be files, right? And then what are we gonna do is more like create a string source equal to file dot get absolute path, and we're gonna create another one called target equal to something. We need to figure it out. So for this part, it's gonna be the first one will be our root, which is stories, right? And plus the text field folder.getText. This one will give us the subfolder name plus something like this, and then we're gonna pass in the file dot get name, right? Makes sense. So what I'm going to do is s out p to see what exactly this target looks like, right? Let's start it over. Simulating Apple project, dragging in Apple file. So yeah, looks about right. Looks about right. So then we can do something like this. We can either copy or move it. For now, I'm gonna copy it, but in real life, I think move is better, right? Why do we need extra copy of the same file if we already know the file's purpose, right? So for now, I'm gonna do the copy. So the next one will be f dot copy. F is a file, right? No, I think gotta be files class, gotta copy. Yeah, so it's asking for path. Okay, no problem. So path dot get source, right? This is the source, and also the destination, the target. The target will be path dot get target. Okay, so now it should work. Add an exception declaration there. So then it will loop through all the files, right? Let's run it over. Okay, so let's select Apple folder. This is the file I want to drop it in. Maybe another folder. Let's use the banana one. For example, we want to, like drop this file into our folder. Let's do what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. So refresh the banana. No, refresh the apple. Yeah, we have the banana file, right? It means it works. So then we need to think about it. We need to think about sometimes what if the file is already there with the same name, right? We need to handle that. And also we need to refresh this thing after we load it, right? So I'm gonna call the for each file. We don't have to do it here. Has file, yes. So I'm gonna call my manager, populate list folder, passing in text field folder.getText, right? And then let's try it again. So this one will kind of, refresh the folder, but in this time I'm not going to like drag drop the banana because it's already there. So then I'm gonna drag the cat. So almost like anywhere, it's unnecessary to be, in this portion. Let's drop it here. Yeah, the cat is right there. So now we're gonna handle the name portion, right? So for each file, we have the source. So we need to do a test. Say if files dot exists, right? So the path dot get. What are we gonna pass in here? Let's just complete this part. Move everything here. All right. The path is gonna be, yeah, something like this. This two thing gotta be outside. Okay, so what if the target is already there? If it's already there, it's gonna be a rename route, right? If it's not, else it's gonna be just copy pasted, right? For now it's copy, but in the end I'm gonna change it to move. Yeah, so in this way we need to work on this file name portion, right? The idea will be the same. I'm gonna copy from previous one the screenshot portion. Yeah, this one. I'm gonna copy paste this part, right? We get those datetime stuff. So back to here. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it here, datetime, and then we're gonna modify this file name. So then the target will become all of this. But before that, I'm gonna insert our date and time DTF dot format. Yeah, let me give it more space. Story, something like this, so we know what exactly we are doing. Yeah, so this one gonna be local datetime dot now, right? And concatenate DTF time dot format local time dot now, right? So we have this two part. Between them I'm gonna insert a underscore and plus, and then after that I'm gonna insert another underscore. It's just make it all separate, easier to see. So now I think we fixed the problem, right? Let's try it. So I'm going to select the Apple folder. I'm gonna drop in another cat file. So I'm expecting this file will be renamed instead of overridden, right? So move cat. Yes, we have another one. Perfect. Yeah. So this drag and drop thing is working. All right. this comes to the end of this episode. Yeah, this function is new. You can try to play with it. I'm not quite sure what's the difference between, transfer mode, any, or move or something. It may be just whatever. But for me, if any works, then it's great. And in the end, I just want to point out one thing. Based on my research, it's good to put something in the end more like this. Which one is the last one? This one? Okay, this one is the last one. It's more like, say, drag event.consume. The meaning of this consume, I'm not 100% clear, but it's more like, when the event happens, it will passing through a lot of event filters. So then once we say this event.consume, is more like we put a ending point to this kind of event. So then further than this, the event will be like, it's done, not exist. But in our case, it's more like, the event is called dropped, right? So the drop is dropped, it's already the end. That's why I think it's unnecessary to put a consume in the end. But yeah, I think for best practice, we better put it here, right? In theory, my understanding is that if we put it here, it may end the event too earlier because not reaching the dropped yet, right? For this part, I'm not 100% clear, but so far, this is my understanding. And it works for me okay, so it's pretty cool. So I'm going to turn it into a move instead of, yeah, and then let's do a final test. Okay, so I'm thinking to move this cat copy file, right? Let's go to Apple. We should have this one gone and only exist in this subfolder. As expected, it works. Super. For my purpose, it serves so well. Then I'm gonna see you in the next one.